G'day avocado enthusiasts and welcome back to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. The goal on this channel, really, other than just to talk and look at avocado things, is to grow an avocado tree from seed to the point of bearing fruit whilst documenting the process. I know that avocados aren't true to seed. I know this is going to take many, many years, but I'm here for it. The way I'm doing this on this channel is that I am following some very particular trees that I have grown from seed, and we're documenting their progress through to, in theory, when they grow fruit. They're still a few years off. If you're watching this in real time, it's been a few months since I've made an update where I was tending these trees because they were being attacked by slugs. The new growth is looking reasonable. I did have 3 trees that I was following for this, but just due to neglect over winter, I didn't really look at them at all. One of them, it turns out, wasn't getting rained on. It was too close to the building, and so it has unfortunately died. These 2 though are looking pretty good, though they are looking ready to be repotted. I don't usually grow outdoor plants in clear containers, but this is all that were available when I needed them. I'm going to be putting them in black plastic containers today. I'm going to need a few things in order to repot these today. First of all, the trees that I'm going to be repotting need to be ready to be repotted. Because it's in clear plastic, I can see that these trees are certainly ready to go. Usually I will try to repot my younger plants every year. That is my intention here, so that they'll get a slightly larger pot each time. I'm going to need the right pot for these as well. I made a video specifically going into how to choose the right pot and pot size for your avocado trees. You can see that in the description below. And I'm going to need some potting media. I have mixed up my own. I've got it just off the side here. It's in a big tub. It should last me for the rest of the year, really. That is about 1 part coconut peat, 1 part just really cheap potting mix, and then about 2 parts perlite. I'm increasing the amount of perlite I use over time just because I find that it's not harmful to add a little bit more, and it's it's really helps it to be draining, and I want to avoid root rot at all costs with my indoor and outdoor plants. I'm also putting in a generous amount of slow release fertilizer to help support these as they grow. So I need to first find some pots for these. So I like to have a big selection of nursery pots on hand. They're really easy to stack, and I've got a great selection of sizes here. So I'm going to work out what's going to be the next size up from these ones here. I don't want to go any larger because I don't want to have a lot of empty space in the pot, well, empty space or space in the pot that doesn't have any roots in it. There will be some obviously when I repot it, but I don't want to have a huge amount because of the risk of having space that allows water to stagnate. Stagnating water in a pot can cause low oxygen environments. Moist, low oxygen environments allow organisms that bring root rot, allows them to thrive. So I want to avoid root rot. So an appropriate sized pot with well-draining soil should avoid that. I think that this pot here is going to be a little bit bigger than this one, and we'll do the trick for the next year. So they're currently in, I think they're about 140 millimeter pots, and we're going into 180 millimeter pots. So we're only adding 4 centimeters in diameter, and it's a little bit deeper. So it's not much bigger, but it should do for the next 12 months until next spring when I will do this again. I like to do this at the start of spring or late winter. It's September when I'm doing this, which is the start of spring in Melbourne, Australia, because I want to give them the most growing season that I can to adjust and grow. We're going into our growing season now, so this is perfect. So I'm going to take a couple of those, and avocado enthusiasts, it's time for us to upsize these pots here. So I'm going to start with wearing gloves because I don't like handling potting mix. You know, there's all sorts of microorganisms that aren't great for me. So I've got these fantastic avocado gloves here, which I just had to get them when I saw them at Bunnings, and we're going to fill the bottom of the pots with some potting mix first because we've got a little bit of space there that I don't want to put the stuff that's here right on the bottom. I want to have a bit more space for it to grow into. So I'm just going to use some handfuls and pop it in there. And I'll bring you a bit closer for this next bit because I want you to be able to see it nice and close up. I'm going to take the pot that I want. I never want to tug on the stem itself, so I'm not going to. I'm going to squeeze the nursery pot. This is why I love plastic nursery pots, because they're really easy to repot out of. And I'm going to try and catch as much of this loose soil at the top as I can. So I'm going to put it over the pot that I'm putting it into. I'm going to give it a bit of a shake, grab right at the base if I need to grab anything, and hopefully take it out in one nice chunk there. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Some great roots. You really want those creamy coloured roots, which we've got here, which tells me this is a pretty happy tree. I'm going to give the roots a bit of a tickle. I'm not going to pull them apart. I don't want to disturb them too much, but I'm going to just let them know that they can start growing out a bit more. Then I'm going to place it in there. Oh, part of the seed was ready to come off. That's pretty normal. It's normal for seeds to come off, so I will take that out. I don't need a massive bit of rotting matter in there. And I'm going to try and make sure that the tree trunk is in the center and is upright. And now I'm ready to backfill it. So I'm just going to grab handfuls of potting mix to throw in around it there. And because, I'm not sizing it up too much, I'm not actually going to need a heap of potting mix. But I do want to make sure that I don't have any massive gaps. I also don't want to compact the soil or potting mix too much, but I do want to give it a bit of a bang to make sure that we don't have any massive air pockets, and I'm going to try not to drop the other tree. I've not quite put the trunk in the middle, but I'm not super happy actually with that, but it will do the job. I may end up staking it depending on if it needs it to support its upright growth, but the stem's looking pretty strong at the moment. So in the protected part of the garden that it's going into, it doesn't have very much wind, so I think that that'll probably be okay. Let's do the second one. Okay, so once again, I've got a partially filled pot just for the base there. And this time I'm going to really try and make sure that I've got the trunk in the middle. So I'm going to, once again, give the pot a really good squeeze. I'm going to keep the pot above the new one to try and catch any of that loose soil. The potting mix. There we go. Put that one to the side. I'll give the roots a tickle to show the roots that they're, ready to go and start that outward growth. I'm going to do my best to put the tree trunk in the center of the pot, and I'm going to backfill it using the potting mix that I mixed up. Give it a bang to settle the soil. And it's got a bit of a lean there, but I will probably, once it's established its roots a little more, I may end up staking that. Again, we'll see if we need it, but that'll be probably the next video if it needs it. And folks, there we have it. We have today repotted these avocado trees that we have seen grow from seed in the avocado lagoon quite a while ago now, and now they're in their next size up pots. My idea is that in a year's time, I will be ready to put them into the next size up again, and we will continue to watch them grow. I am, in a moment, going to water them, and then I will place them back in the corner with the rest of the grove that I have growing. It's a bit of a mess at the moment after winter, but that's okay. And then we will wait, and we will watch them continue to grow. I am pleased with how these guys are looking. They're starting to develop a bit of bark, which happens with more mature wood. Again, they're many, many years away from fruiting, but keeping the upsizing the pots each year is going to help them to grow and mature beautifully. So thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Those lorikeets are really noisy. Which is nice. Thank you for joining me on this avocado growing journey. It is a joy. I think there's something super rewarding about watching something grow slowly over time, and cultivating that growth is just such a beautiful thing. And it's one of the reasons why I love growing plants, and doing it from avocados that I've once upon a time eaten is, again, just that extra layer of we're reusing things and we're making something new from something old, and I think that's really beautiful. These trees I really love, and I'm looking forward to watching them grow over the summer. We're in for a hot one here in Australia, but yeah, confident that if I keep them well watered that we're going to have a good growing season. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you check out my second channel, that's pretty cool. If you're interested in anything that's not avocado related that I might be up to, talking about all kinds of things that inspire me with a sense of curiosity and wonder. I'm also on Instagram at Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, and make sure you subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree so you don't miss any future avocado growing updates. Thank you so much once again for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.